The first question I'm often asked by people is, who do I work with? And rather than answer that with metrics like revenues and employee count, what I tell people is I work with business owners who know they don't know what they don't know. They want to learn and grow, not just in revenues and employee counts, but as a leader and as a business owner. And also, they value helping others and being helped by others in a safe, consistent environment where they can share in a group meeting that I facilitate. Second question I'm asked is, well, what do you do, Bob? As Ron said, I'm currently facilitating four peer boards. They meet for half a day each. 3 of those are what you might call CEO boards, the kinds of clients that we all work with. One of them is called a trusted advisor board, made up of people who provide professional services to the other kinds of members. All 4 boards follow the same agenda of reporting to one another, reporting to their board each month their progress. And we require every member every month to bring a topic that they need help from the other board members and to be held accountable in those meetings. I also provide private coaching for these members in between the meetings to help them get the most out of their TAB experience and to leverage our proprietary tools to help them move their businesses from where it is to where it needs to be to provide them that rich, fulfilling life that they deserve. Third question is, how come? Why? Good question, Colin. Well, I do this because it fits my 3 rules for a business owner. I tell my business owners, you need to do what you love to do. You need to do what you do better than anybody else. And you need to do what your company or the marketplace needs. What I do fits those 3 criteria. Well, why would somebody want to work with me? Well, regardless of their profession, many of us have people challenges. Many of us wish we had more time, more money, and more people. We've got to manage with what we've got. And we're all challenged not only to develop plans, but to implement them to reach our objectives. And thirdly, we all have personal agendas that can be interfered with by our business or can interfere with our business needs. How do we do this? Don't anybody get the idea that all of my members have broken companies? These are members of mine, each of whom was recognized by their peers, either locally or nationally, as being outstanding in their fields. My members have found out that they can benefit financially. They often have to deal with stopping to do the things they shouldn't do. They have to implement their plans to focus on what's urgent and important, if not strategic, and they all recognize an improvement in their peace of mind, being able to do the things that they envisioned when they started their businesses. We did a survey of our members, many of whom reported greater financial success, but 94% of them are better equipped to deal with organizational issues. I want to spend a moment to tell you about Henry. Henry came to my very first board meeting in 2010. He was already the president of his company, but he didn't feel like he was equipped to do that job. They were doing about $500,000, a little north of $500,000 in revenues. They had no concept of process. They really didn't have a good sales engine. And his board helped him to decide to act and hire an executive assistant that helped him immeasurably with his time management so that he could focus on doing his job. They've since grown to about $2.5 million in revenues. The original executives have retired, and he's grown his team. And I've been working with him on process, my coaching and sales. Recently, he was diagnosed with cancer. So the board meeting we had last month, his members affirmed his ability to grow his successors so they can step into his job when he's off taking care of his cancer. Henry didn't know what he didn't know when he joined my board in 2010. He knew that he wanted to grow into becoming a better president. And he values his TAB board, otherwise he wouldn't be paying dues and putting in the time for 8 years. In essence, He was not alone working hard in his business. He availed himself of some of the resources I've just spoken of. So I ask you to think about, if you know someone who is otherwise alone at the top, I'd love to meet him.